Well, everybody, let me introduce myself. My name is Dean Williams. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. I This is the first take of what I want to call the Willy Wiggles show, and the first time I was on YouTube. You probably have to go to that to get the full understanding of where I'm coming from, and to do that, you have to. It's from a reporter who wrote a book called Dreamland. Sam Quinones put me on his True Tales. And to get there, you got to say Dean Williams heroin. Then you will see the video, and then you will realize why I'm doing the takeoff on this. Like I said, I've been struggling for the biggest part of my life with opiate addiction. And this program will go into explaining to you about Willy Wiggles was me. And Willy is a poem that I wrote when I was in federal prison. Believe it or not, a writing contest that I got into with only an 8th grade education. And this goes to show you that addicts can do other things, once they get their mind clean. And Willy's struggled. Let me tell you a little bit about Willy. I'll just give you a brief summary about Willy. Willy Wiggles is a fictitious caterpillar with human characteristics. And in the story and in the poem, Willy lives in the forest, of course. And there's other characters in the forest that's been shunned and dunned and put out of their tribes or their communities and so forth because of drug addiction. It's a spiritual journey or a pilgrimage of sort, whatever you want to choose. And Willy goes on to tell the story that, he has struggled. It's a place, he tells you where he has been. The first place he calls the city of addictions, and that's a bad place. That's where he never wants to go back there again, but he never wants to forget this place because it helps him remember, and it is a place where he surrendered and kind of changed his life over to to Christianity, so to speak. Well, he starts off in the forest by saying, I got to go outside somewhere to feed my addiction. Over all the suicidal thoughts and approaches. Places in the neighborhood, which is the forest, that seems, where guns seem to have human eyes, and even the ozone stoops to murder. He will lead you to the heart and the cocoon of his addiction. He will go around paths and stuff, paths and little trailways that seem to be paved with all worse intentions, He will find other couples that leaning against tree branches with their heads hanging down, nodding or whatnot, that's been puked and pissed upon. And then he would take you a little bit further to the center of the heart of his addiction, which is his cocoon. And he goes on to say that as he's traveling through there and going to his cocoon, which is, as you can imagine, is a dark spot. It's a place of loneliness, despondency, and despair, and even death. We've all had deaths in our families to this opiate epidemic that we've seen that still goes on across America today. And I know I've experienced a lot of really great people, man, that didn't deserve to die, because opiates seems to be the type of death that really sneaks into every household in America. And it's a slow murdering death for you people and people like me that continue to use it, And Willy gets to also in the poem to where he runs across other characters like the praying mantises and centipodes are running for their lives, and they've got flies and gnats fleeing in the wind from the roadkill, And then he's going to come fast to that place. He will bring you really faster to the heart of the addiction, the cocooning his addiction. And that is where, in the lidless toilet bowl, behold, reflecting Willy's dead blue face, enrolled in crap and scum, here at last is the heart of the addiction. But there is another place, there is hope. And Willy always believes that we all live at the edge of this place. It's called being spiritual transformed or renewal of the mind. And we've all lived right on the corner of this place, you know. And through the program, we will, well, there's a word, excuse me, I'm sorry, let me back up. There's a word that seemed to trigger Willy's imagination every time he thought about it. And it's the word metaphorpus, you know. And since I don't have it with me, I'll try to explain it to you. Metaphorpus is like where you got one substance that resembles another substance that is actually the same kind, and it transforms along the way into a butterfly. You know, it's the same thing, but it transfers into a butterfly in the cocoon, and he breaks out of the cocoon, and that's where he learns to fly and experience all the new feelings in life and so forth that he's never experienced before because he's been in that cocoon for so long. And it was really discouraging to Willy because Willy, you know, when Willy realized that he was in that cocoon for so long, man, that he got pretty discouraged about it. So he goes on to say through the program, and I'll go on to explain some more detail as the program gets a little bit further. I just wanted to introduce myself and tell you about the program, Willy Wiggles, give you a little bit of where I've been and where I'd like to go with the program. I would be like interviewing other people. I would tell you how, you know, how many times I've been in and out of rehab, residential care. I've been to faith-based programs. I've been to evidence-based programs. I've been to, you know, the spiritual warfare part of the drug probe, you know, drugs and so forth. And today was the coronavirus that we got going on. That's a whole new story. We'll get into that someday because it's all new to us, so to speak, right? Am I right or wrong? New to me. Anyway, yeah, like who can go to Walmart with a mask on and a hood on and not get accused of robbing you? That's new to me because I'm old school. But like I said, I want to get back with you. I like to make a program out of it, and I hope you like it because I will be interviewing other addicts similar to my situation, young and new. I will explain to you the ripple effect that it has had on my life and the ripple effect that it will have on your lives, you know. There's a lot of parents out there that's lost good children, you know, that should be recognized as good people, and how this disease, and which it is a disease, and how it affects us all. It affects the family members, it just affects the whole society, you know. So for right now, I'm going to close on this, and I hope to continue Willy Wiggles. And on the next episode, I will have the paperwork in front of me and go more into Willy Wiggles and break it down for you. Thank you, and good night. Hope you see you again. Willy Wiggles.